And I can still remember the day that I told my friends all about our family's plans. Hey, everybody, guess what? Our whole family is going to move far away. Really?
Where?
Australia.
Honest, you're going away?
Yes, I really am.
Will you be going to Vienna, maybe, Becca?
Australia, Bob, not Austria. Know anything about it?
It has kangaroos.
Lots of them.
And it's way south in the Pacific Ocean.
I'm going to go to Australia soon, and I'll meet the kangaroos. Are you going alone? My family's going. All of us.
Hey. You're very lucky, Becca. That's going to be a wonderful vacation.
Barbara Ann, it's not going to be just a vacation. No, we're moving there for good. We'll live there. This is my big brother. His name is Fritz, and he wants to be a great musician someday.
Oh, gee, sorry.
Do be careful.
Oh, good. A bookstore. They might have the information I need.
May I help you, young man?
Oh, yes. Would you have a book with some information about Australia, please?
You mean a tourist guide, don't you, sir?
No, you see, I want to be a musician and wonder which university pertains to my field. And Australia must have some wonderful places that teach music.
Well, I know that I have a number of very good books that describe what the universities might offer in places in Europe, such as Vienna, Rome, London, and Paris. And books about Australia are very few and far between. No, son, I've never heard of anyone going there to study. Matter of fact, it'd surprise me if there was one university in the whole country.
That's what I thought. It's just a British colony. Thank you. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. After all, Australia's at the very bottom of the whole world.
Meanwhile, at that very same time, my mother and little brother Jack were out for an afternoon stroll. As usual, they were shopping for groceries in the town's marketplace and had just begun their chores when they met up with a few of my mother's neighbor friends.
Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Why, hello.
I hope you don't mind me asking. We've heard you're moving to Australia and we're very curious.
We'll all miss you terribly.
Oh, but no one's supposed to know about that.
Your daughter Becca told my Barbara.
Oh, my. You said Becca?
That's right, Mrs. Robinson. We all know so very little about Australia. What can you tell us?
I've read somewhere that the whole country is extremely uncivilized and is populated by nothing but savages.
And if I were you, I'd be just petrified.
You'll pardon me, but isn't it rather unwise to bring your children to such a country?
You're just fine, Paul.
Oh, yes, one more thing. I've been told you're planning to move your family to Australia. Would that be a fact, Dr. Robinson?
Who let the cat out of the bag?
Your daughter Becca just mentioned it to my little Mabel this very morning. The whole town's talking about it, and if you don't mind me saying so, we're all mighty impressed. We know full well that you're giving up a very prosperous business here, Dr. Robinson. You'll have to begin your practice anew. But a fine doctor like you shouldn't have any trouble. But what about all your patients right here? What on earth will they do without you?
As you know, there's a number of competent physicians right here in Bern.
That's right, of course, and may I just wish you well.
As I ran home after school that day, little did I realize what was waiting for me. Hello, everybody! It's me! I'll be in my room.
Rebecca? I thought I heard you. Please come with me to your father's room immediately.
Hey, what is it, Mom?
No questions, Becca. Just follow me. Come along.
Is anything wrong, Daddy? Please tell me.
Yes, darling. Our family matters are not to be shared until you have permission.
Daddy's right. Don't be so quick to tell everyone. We're not sure yet that we're going to be leaving for Australia.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I was just so happy that I had to talk about it.
Please don't do it again.
I won't.
Very well, dear. Now, go to your room.
Gee, now I've made them mad at me.
Ernest, now I'm beginning to worry all over again.
Why, dear?
I never want to jeopardize the well-being or safety of our children. Jack is small and Becca is just extremely impulsive. And Fritz, he's so terribly impressionable, don't you think?
Yes, my dear, I am also concerned about the effect moving will have upon our children.
No matter how I tried, I couldn't get to sleep that night. I still remember staring at the ceiling and hoping things would work out somehow. Penelope, help me. What will become of us? Wait a minute. Oh, it won't be morning for a long time. Sound asleep, huh? Jack? Hey, sleepyhead. Here I am awake half the night, and my little brother sleeping like a log. Fritz was deep in slumber, too. Later, he told me he had other things on his mind, and that he was dreaming. You see, ever since he was a little boy, my big brother has always wanted to grow up to be a famous musician, conducting a huge symphony orchestra. He said that his favorite symphony was Beethoven's Ninth.
And?
He likes it a lot and knows each and every note by heart.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? You in the violin section. You're playing fast. Let's begin again with emotion.
53 little sheep, 54 little sheep, 55 little sheep, 56 little sheep. Oh, Mommy was wrong. It doesn't work. I still can't get to sleep. After a while, I gave up and thought that I'd see if anyone else in the house was awake. Fritz, are you asleep? He's half awake and half asleep, isn't he? Fritz is really funny. Just about ready to go back into my room to give sleep one more try, I thought of a friend who was always there when you needed someone to talk with. And she was only a few steps and one flight of stairs away. Gee, I don't know why I hadn't thought of her in the first place. Marie?
Yes? Oh, why, you're still up. Goodness.
Sorry to bother you. I couldn't sleep.
In you go, Becca. You can get into my bed, okay, Becca? You can't fall asleep because you're all excited about moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rebecca, what would you like? Shall I read you a bedtime story, Becca?
I'd rather you sang me a song.
If you'd like, how about this one? Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. La, la, la,
And that's all it took. Before too long, all my worries about leaving Switzerland and arriving in a new country were far behind me. Just like my brother and sister, I too had fallen fast asleep. I don't remember if I dreamed that night, but if I did, I'm sure that they were very pleasant ones.
There, my Becca. Good night.
What I didn't learn until morning was that rather than awaken me, our maid Marie chose to sleep beside me on the bedroom floor. She could have easily moved me, and it was a considerate gesture, one that I'll remember for a long, long time. And the very next thing I knew, it was another day, and time for Fritz and me to be off to school. Bye, everybody!
Goodbye. See you later.
Wait, you two. You almost forgot your lunch boxes, didn't you? Here, Fritz.
All right. Thanks, Marie.
Good morning, Becca.
Marie, I feel bad that I bothered you last night. You slept on the floor. I'm real sorry.
Don't worry, Becca. You are no bother of any kind. Anytime you feel you need me, you should feel free. I'll see you two right after school.
Marie is the best, isn't she?
A real angel. Hey, Fritz, I'm going to ask Father if he'd take her with us, because Marie's as much a part of our family as we are.
Look, it's Aunt and Uncle.
Well, don't you both look nice?
Good morning, children.
Good morning.
Hello, Becca.
Auntie?
Uncle, what brings you both our way?
As a matter of fact, your father asked us to come.
Yes, we've heard about your move.
Apparently, Ernest plans on keeping the house and wanted to know if we'd like to move in there for the time being.
Mm-hmm. Your father would be
Yep.
helping us save money because the place we're living in now is a rental home, so we're
Yep.
very pleased.
Right. And we're on our way to discuss the particulars.
Furniture and things like bedding? My, there's so many things to do. It's very exciting.
Well, we must be running along.
We'll see you both at dinner.
They're such nice children, aren't they, dear? I shall really miss them.
Mother and Father have already made up their minds.
That's right, but I was punished for talking about a move that supposedly wasn't decided upon.
Yes, Becca, something's wrong. Mother and Father broke their promise to us. We were supposed to make our decision as a family, and tonight I'm going to speak my mind.
Fritz and I rushed off to school, where I tried real hard to keep my mind on my lessons. Later, when some of my friends asked me to play with them after school, Fritz got home ahead of me. Little did he know he was in for another surprise.
Hello? Isn't anybody home? Oh, Jack. Hey.
At the top of the stairs, faint sounds of conversation began to drift in Fritz's direction.
Decision I didn't come by easily. I appreciate your kind invitation, ma'am, but I can't leave Switzerland at this time.
And why not, Marie?
My dear Aunt Alice is my only living relative, and she's been very ill lately. She needs me, ma'am, and I want to be near her and look after her.
Yes, Marie, I understand. Under the circumstances, it wouldn't be fair to persist in persuading you to join us.
I want to thank you and Mr. Robinson. It's good of you to understand.
Of course, Marie. Don't give it another thought. And with our good recommendation, you won't have any trouble finding another position. Need I say, we're all going to miss you terribly, and we hope you'll come to visit us
They've
sometime.
made up their minds. We're moving to Australia.
Fritz can be such a worrier sometimes, and this was no exception. He went up to his room to think things over.
There's just no way I can go with them. I'm just going to have to tell them exactly how I feel.
Say, what a simply scrumptious-looking cake.
Marie baked it today, and she let me help her.
Good, Becca. Angel food.
And Jack seems to have gotten a head start.
That will be all, Marie.
Yes, Mrs. Robinson.
Thank you. The meal was wonderful.
Very well, then. Now, I'd like to have a word with all of you, and as you know, I've asked my sister and her husband to join us as we settle some family business. They're both here for an important reason, which will become apparent very soon. But as for now, I'd like to hear some of your thoughts on whether or not we should move the family to Australia. Of course, by that, I mean the opinions held by both Fritz and Becca. I'm afraid Jack's a bit too young to fully understand. So now's the time to make your feelings known.
Yes.
Let's hear from you first, Becca.
Becca, do you want us to move?
Yes, I thought about it for about a week. Traveling would be really nice. I vote we go to Australia.
Very well, thanks, Becca. What about you, Fritz?
Fritz, go ahead and tell us your feelings.
My opinion doesn't seem to matter very much, so why should I bother?
Oh, Fritz.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't you made arrangements for Aunt and Uncle Schwartz to move in here?
Wait, first I want to hear your opinion about the family going away, Fritz.
Well, I'm not for it. The last thing I want to do is move to a place like Australia. I'd rather study music in Vienna or Paris, and if I want to become an accomplished musician, I have no other option. I'm not a child anymore, and so I refuse to go with you.
Oh my, you mean it?
Very well then, Fritz. Now, I had promised you that I had no intention to move unless we all agreed that it was the correct thing to do.
Well,
Would that mean we're not going to move?
Just wait a minute, Becca. Your father's not finished with what he has to say.
Since last week, your mother and I have had a chance to think things over. Upon review, we've changed our minds and have a new plan we'd like you all to consider very carefully. Look, son, you're almost an adult now, and I think you should start to make your own plans concerning your future. Therefore, I'll let you stay instead of coming with us.
You will?
Allowing you to remain here by yourself would not be in your best interest, however. And that's the reason I've asked your uncle and aunt to look after our home when we move. Would these plans still be agreeable to both of you?
Of course, that'd be fine.
We'll be most happy to help Fritz in any way possible.
Fritz? So, what do you think, son?
Gee, Fritz, I suppose that means you won't be bothered by me anymore.
Oh, you're no bother, Becca. What I mean is I might miss you every once in a while.
I guess that's a compliment.
There. Now everything's been settled.
Oh, isn't this wonderful? This way everybody gets what they want. Things have worked out for the best and we're all happy.
What's more, there's been another decision made around here I think you should know about, Fritz.
Huh?
Marie and I had a nice long conversation last night, and, well, she's decided to stay right here as well.
What?
Yes, that's right, Becca. We're all going to be one big happy family.
Mm-hmm. We're very fortunate that Marie's decided to stay here with us.
No fair. Why is she staying here? I want her to go along to Australia. Mommy, talk to her and make her change her mind.
It won't work.
Huh. Hey, Marie'd rather stay with me.
I'm gonna ask her myself.
Becca!
Oh, dear.
No, it simply can't be. I want you to come along with us.
That's very nice of you, Becca, but under the circumstances, that won't be possible.
But if you're not there, I won't have anybody to sing me lullabies. I really need you to look after me.
Becca, I'm sorry. Your mother will take good care of you.
But after Mommy's finished taking care of Jack, there's never any time left for me. Come with us, please.
My baby. Becca, do you have any idea how difficult this is for me? I'll miss all of you so much.
Oh, Marie, I really love you. And so there were bunches of goodbyes to good friends and a whole lot of packing. But the day finally arrived when it was time for the family to get on the boat and leave for our long trip to Australia. It was really sad. But you know, in a strange way, it was kind of exciting, too.
I guess that it's that time.
Suppose you're right, I'll miss them.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Mrs. Robinson. Now, please be careful. Don't forget to watch out for savages.
If the place is horrible, you be sure to come back.
Don't you worry.
Bye-bye. Don't let a kangaroo get in your way, Becca.
No, Beth, I'll punch his big fat nose. Of course, we'll be friends right after.
Remember, Becca, you promised to write me.
And please write me.
Have a safe trip, Ernest.
Thank you both. We'll be fine. The Lord is with us.
I wish Fritz would come with us.
Don't fret. He'll be just fine.
Please take good care of my son, Marie.
Don't worry, Mrs. Robinson. I swear I'll do just that.
If I must leave you behind, Fritz, at least it's in very good company. Know that I'll miss you dearly, my son.
And know that I will miss you as well, Fritz. Goodbye, son.
Aren't you going to say goodbye to us, Fritz? What's wrong, my son?
But Fritz just stood there silently. He was too upset to speak. Goodbye, Fritz.
Dear Fritz.
Folks, it's time that we were going. Don't want to be late here. We got a schedule.
When the steamboat started up its engine, I remember having the strangest feeling. Sure, Fritz could be a nuisance, but I loved him too.
Goodbye, everyone.
We'll miss you too.
Take care of everything for us.
Get there, Fritz.
Goodbye,
Take care of yourself, son.
Fritz, we'll miss you.
Wait!
No! Fritz!
Fritz, what are you doing?
Oh, no!
No, Fritz,
Wait for me! Oh, Fritz!
Son!
Fritz!
Are you all right? You scared us half to death, son.
I'm fine. I changed my mind. I want to come with you.
Son, I'm glad you decided to join us.
Thanks, Father.
Gee, that sure was close. A moment later and we would have left without Fritz. I was so happy. We were all together.
Oh, he's going with them.
Yes, and I wish him well.
The family's back together again.
Goodbye! No matter how old I get or where I might travel, I'll never forget the look on Marie's face as we pulled away from shore. I knew that we were making a big change and that our lives would never be the same. And I think all the Robinsons learned an important lesson that day, too. Dreams and plans are a real part of growing up and all. But you know, there's nothing in the world more important than your family.